All right, you guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are joining me. All right, so welcome to day 2 of arithmetic sequences. All right, we're going to be looking at just some different style problems that they can ask you in regards to arithmetic sequences. All right, so it says in an arithmetic sequence, the first term, a sub 1, is equal to 3, and the fifth term, a sub 5, is equal to 39. Which number represents the common difference of the arithmetic sequence? Okay, so we've got 4 answer choices and we've got to figure this out. So it's a couple of different ways we can tackle it. But remember, we have this formula, okay? We have, and it's called the explicit formula, okay? And it says that a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. Okay. All right. And what it may not seem to you that we have enough information, we actually do. Okay. You just have to learn how to read this information in terms of what you've been given and how can you apply that here. Okay. So the first piece of information that's big that we have is we have the first term. Okay. So we know right here, okay, that the first term is 3. Okay, we know we need the common difference, so I'm just going to move D down. Okay, but do we have N and do we have A sub N? Well, actually we do in the fact of what they've given me here. Okay, they have told me that the fifth term, A sub 5, is equal to 39. So A sub 5, remember, that is A sub N. Okay, and n is just constantly changing in terms of what place I'm in the sequence. So if I'm in the first place, n equals 1. If I'm in the second place, n equals 2, and so on. So since I'm in the fifth place, n equals 5. So that means I can take n right here and I can make it 5. Okay, and when it happens, when it's 5, well, that's also equal to 39. So if I take a sub n, I can replace that with 39. And now I just need to bring down all my symbols. So my equal sign, my plus sign, my parentheses, I need to bring down that one minus 1, sorry, and then I have d. So now I'm left with an equation, okay, that I need to solve, okay? All right, so 39 equals 3 plus 5 minus 1, well, that's 4, d. All right, I know how to solve. I'm going to subtract 3. So I get 36 equals 4d. I'm going to divide by 4. So d equals 9. Okay. Now, what if I'm looking at it and I'm saying, okay, I've got this information. I know d equals 9. How do I know it's correct? Okay. Well, I know that the first term in the sequence is 3. We have the second term, third term, fourth term, and the fifth term in the sequence is 39. Okay, and I now know that the difference, okay, so my common difference is 9. So now I just need to add 9. So if I add 9, I get 12. If I add 9, I get 21. If I add 9, I get 30. And if I add 9, I land at 39. So that's how I can check my work, is I can fill in the gaps of the sequence if I'm really concerned that I didn't do the problem correctly. Okay, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to select D equals 9, submit my answer. Yes. Okay. And then here is a different way to approach it. Okay. So he took an approach of guess and check, whereas I gave you the explicit formula to work through. All right. So let's do a similar problem. Okay. We're going to do one more because really nothing's going to change. Okay. So let's scroll this down here. All right. So in an arithmetic sequence, the first term, a sub 1, is equal to 4, and the seventh term is equal to 34. Okay? Which number represents the common difference? Okay? So a sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d, okay? And I know for some of you are thinking, well, why couldn't I do guess and check? You absolutely could, but for our exam at the end of the term, you actually do need to know this formula, okay? So it's better for you to practice this formula as much as possible to help you commit it to memory, okay? All right, so we know a sub 1 is 4. Okay, we know that we're looking for D. Okay, now we take our second piece of information and we remember we tell ourselves that this is a sub n. Okay, so I know that n equals 7, and I know that a sub n also, okay, equals 34. So I'm going to bring down my symbols and that minus 1. So 34 equals 4 plus 6d, because 7 minus 1. All right, now I'm going to subtract 4. So I get 30 equals 6d. And divide by 6. So I get d equals 5. Okay? All right, and I'm going to go over here. D equals 5. Submit my answer. Yes, and I got my green check. Okay? All right, so I think you have enough examples to get started because this is how you will do every single problem. You will start with this formula, you'll plug in this information, and then you'll solve, okay? So really, honestly, you guys, you're just getting more practice on solving equations, okay? All right, good luck, and if you have questions, please let me know.